Hi Gemini, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me on the Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Gemini for this coming week in August. Today is August 7th, I think. I'm pretty sure it's August 7th. Anyway, Gemini, this is a general love reading, and that means that it can apply to just about anything in your life. I also want to remind you to be flexible with the energy. Don't be overly concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns I'm using to describe them. You can mix and match the roles within the reading. That means you can be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. Parts of this reading may resonate for you and other parts may not. I hope that by the time you finish watching this, you feel like it was helpful or beneficial to you. That's my intention, Gemini. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit from it. So, let's get started after a couple more shuffles. Carmilla's here. She's hanging out for your reading today. And Sylvester the cat is also here, but he's in the living room. He's awake. He's no longer napping, so he might make an appearance. I kind of hope he doesn't, though, because it's late in the afternoon, which means the sun's coming into this window. And I like to keep it closed when the sun's coming in because it gets really hot. So I hope he stays put, but he may make an appearance for your reading. Gemini, we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to give this first deck one more good shuffle, and we're going to get started and see what's up for Gemini. What's in the cards for Gemini for this coming week in August? Here we go. So we're going to start off with the Page of Swords, paired with the Two of Swords. Six of Swords in reverse. The Sun in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. The Emperor. Four of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Swords. Where do you want to go, Carmilla? You want to go on the table? Well, we know how that usually goes when you're on the table. I'm not sure I'm really up for that. How about we put you on your cage? How about that? That's a great idea. There we go. What a great idea that was. Keep her out of trouble. Okay, so Gemini, I feel like you're thinking about a very important decision. It feels like you might be unclear or uncertain about this decision. So right now I don't feel like there's anything going on with regard to whatever this is for you, Gemini. There could be some obstacles you need to take care of first. Maybe so there's some other things you need to deal with first before you can make this decision. There's Sylvester, just as I predicted, and he wants to go into the window. So, is he going to go in the window, or is he's going to try to get in my lap? You know darn well I'm not going to let you sit in my lap. It's too hot, number one, and number two, I can't do tarot readings with you in my lap, as much as I would love to hold you right now. It's so hard to say no to him. I think he got it, though. He understood. So he went on his merry way. So, Gemini, I'm going to get some more cards out here and see what else we get for you. So, Gemini's in the process of making a decision. Maybe dealing with some things first. Let's see what else we get. Queen of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Strength. Five of Wands. The Tower. And then we have the Hermit. Okay, so we have a Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords on the table. I do feel like this is probably the same person, but I might change my mind as I get more cards out here. I think this Queen of Wands is the person who is in the process of making a decision. And it feels like it could be regarding a long-term goal or something that maybe this person has been working on for a while or thinking about for a while or planning on for a while. I feel at this point in time, there's some skepticism, maybe pessimism, some negative thoughts regarding this long-term goal, or maybe just not feeling very positive about it anymore. I feel like this involves other people. I feel like you could be dealing with opposing opinions. I'm saying you as if you are this Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords energy, Gemini, and I want to remind you that you may be this person, but this could be somebody that you're dealing with. You might not show up at all in the cards, or you might end up showing up as a different individual, or you could be represented as this person. But this Queen of Wands, I feel, is feeling a little bit negative about the situation. I feel like she might not be gelling with how things are going or the direction that things are going, and I feel like there's other people involved in the situation. It feels like there could be some opposing opinions, possibly people aren't seeing eye to eye with regard to whatever this is. And I think this Queen of Wands is considering what it will look like if she chooses to hang on to the situation. And I'm not sure she has a real positive outlook with regard to the situation as it stands right now. There could be some conflict within this group dynamic. Again, opposing opinions, maybe some arguments or some debate with regard to whatever this is. And that could be what's holding things up. That could be the obstacles or the things that need to be taken care of first before moving forward with this. I feel like this Queen of Wands might be trying to get a handle on things or come to terms with, again, some dissenting opinions or people who feel differently about this. The Four of Wands, this could be just about anything. This could be related to a job or a job situation or opportunity, maybe some kind of creative endeavor, maybe something you're building with other people. This could be related to a home environment, a community, just about anything. Let's get some more cards out for Gemini and see what else we get. We have the Nine of Swords and the Star. King of Wands in the upright position. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse. Two of Swords again. Judgment in reverse. And then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, so whatever this is for this Queen of Wands, I feel like it's causing her some significant anxiety. I think it's something that she's thinking about a lot. This is something that's on her mind. It's in the forefront of her mind. It feels like she's hopeful to make a decision regarding this situation one way or the other, but right now, I don't feel like she's got a very positive outlook with regard to whatever this is. This could be a family or group dynamic with the Ten of Pentacles coming out here, but there is some disruption within this group dynamic. There's some disagreements possibly. Again, I feel like this back and forth. I'm not sure, how much productive conversation is going on here, but it does feel like there's disagreements, differing points of view, and significantly so, to the point where it's kind of holding things back or keeping things from progressing forward. I feel like there's this King of Wands that showed up, clarifying this Queen of Swords and Six of Swords in reverse. I feel like this person could be somebody who is interacting with this Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, and I do feel again that this is the same person. I feel like this person might be interacting with this person and kind of have a clearer understanding regarding this person's opinions, expectations, maybe negative outlook on the situation. This person is again, very pessimistic or not very hopeful with regard to things turning out the way this person would like them. And I think this King of Wands feels like somebody who could be, I'm not sure if he's in charge or if he's kind of taking the lead with regard to whatever this is. This feels like somebody, this could be a significant partner to this Queen of Wands, or it could be just someone within this group dynamic or this family dynamic. Could be a patriarch, for example, or somebody who is kind of acting as the leader or somebody who is guiding others with regard to whatever this is. But right now, things feel like they're a little bit in upheaval, or at the very least, there's not enough people on board and agreeing with the direction of how things are going for things to be moving along. And this person might be trying to get things back on track. At least right now, though, I feel like he could be dealing with this Queen of Wands. And maybe trying to get her to see a different perspective, or trying to help her come to terms with some of the other opinions that other people have regarding this situation so that things can move forward. As it stands right now, it feels like the energy, at least coming from this Queen of Wands, maybe both, this King of Wands and others as well, is that moving forward with this opportunity or whatever this is, whatever this goal is for you, Gemini, moving forward with this goal as it stands right now is probably not a good idea as it stands right now. Something has to change. Something has to transform. Some decision has to be made to change the direction in order for this to become something positive for this Queen of Wands and this group of people. Because as it stands right now, if things were to move forward with the way things are right now, I don't think that it would result in a very positive outcome. I think that there would be a lot of conflict and very unhappy people. And maybe, you know, left wondering, okay, where did we go wrong? How do we fix this now that we're in this? So it feels, I don't get the sense that there's been some significant decisions made with regarding the situation. It feels more like the energy is focused around this Queen of Wands and maybe how she's feeling about the situation. So again, Gemini, you could be this Queen of Wands, you could be this King of Swords, or you could be an external party not represented in the reading, at least not right now. So let's get some more cards on the table for Gemini and see what else we get. So we have the Empress, clarifying this Queen of Wands. And then we have the Nine of Swords again in reverse this time. Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Star again. The Devil, clarifying the Tower. And then we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So this King of Wands, I don't feel like this King of Wands is having a lot of communication with this Queen of Wands. I don't think he's trying to convince her of anything. I get the feeling that he's kind of hopeful that others will do the talking and maybe persuade this Queen of Wands to see things differently. Could be a work-related situation. I think it could be something that could potentially be lucrative or something that could be profitable, financially beneficial. Maybe this is an investment of some sort, but it's also going to take a lot of work. There's a lot of work and a lot of time and effort that needs to be put into this, whatever this is for you, Gemini. And I feel like it could be what this Queen of Wands is concerned about, the level of work that will be required. So we have this Empress that came out here with this Queen of Wands, and I'm a little confused about this. I'm trying to figure out what this part means. This Queen of Wands may be a more mature energy. Doesn't have to be someone who's a little bit older, but someone who also maybe has some experience under her belt. She could be potentially someone who's looked at, who could potentially have the opportunity to provide some wisdom or some answers to others who don't have the level of experience that she has. For some reason, I get the feeling that she might be looked at as someone who could have a certain level of experience. And again, it could be because she's older. She just, she's lived life longer. But it could be that perspective that has her in this Queen of Wands in reverse energy. Kind of like, I know this to be true because I've lived this before, or this isn't going to go well because of this reason or that reason, or I just get the feeling like maybe she's coming at this from a different perspective because of her own experiences. Maybe this person sees what's going on within this endeavor, whatever this is. Maybe she's witnessing people making poor mistakes, or mistakes that she's made in the past that she's familiar with because she's had similar experiences where she's made similar mistakes. And a parent. I'm a parent. Okay, so I have 2 kids that are both in their 20s. And as a parent, especially when your kids get older, you start to realize that the more you know and the more you try to help your kids along their paths in life, the more you realize that it's almost like the more you know, the more resistant others are to hear you. Especially kids. I mean, I have great kids, but they don't want my advice. They don't want to hear what I have to say. And it's not, I don't know that it's a disrespectful thing. I don't think it's them being disrespectful toward me or not believing that I know what I'm talking about. It's just more of them becoming independent adults and making their own decisions and ultimately their own mistakes, and achieve their own successes in life. And you really don't learn unless you do it yourself. So I feel almost like this Queen of Wands might be trying to give that kind of wisdom or that kind of perspective, but it might be resisted by others. And it's possible she could be having a negative reaction to that. Let's get this last round of cards out. Gemini, and see what else we get. So we have the Page of Swords again. And Strength in reverse. We have the King of Swords now. The Hierophant. The Fool. Ten of Swords. The Lovers. And then we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I'm, I don't know if that little story about, me and my children, I didn't feel like it was that significant, but I'm getting that vibe from these cards pretty strongly, and that is that this Queen of Wands might be in a position where she is working, possibly, again, this could be a family dynamic, she could be working with other people, but I get the feeling that she has some experience, and so she might feel like she has all the answers, right? She knows what's up, she knows what's going on, she sees when there's mistakes happening, or mistakes being made, and I feel like she might be maybe her communication is lacking, and by that I mean I think she does have a lot to offer. I think she does have a lot of wisdom and knowledge. I think that she does have some answers, and again, the experience to back her up. But she might be presenting herself wrong. Maybe that's why she's in the reverse, this Queen of Wands. She might be presenting herself wrong. It might be that she is a little bit hard-nosed when it comes to communication, or not very flexible when it comes to hearing other people out, or having productive conversations or debates. It could be her lack of communication skills that she needs to work on, and that could be the problem that's going on here, because I feel like this Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, I feel like she's getting ready to make a significant decision, and it could be to walk away from the situation or end it. It could be that she's deciding to let this go. I think that she's hanging on to it because of the relationships or connections that are attached to whatever this is. And so those connections are significant to her, and I think that could be keeping her from letting this go, or maybe it's the reason why she's hung on to this for as long as she has. But the cards are indicating that this is a bad move, to hang on to something just for the sake of the relationships themselves, because I don't feel like what she wants out of this situation is matching other people. And it could be, again, because she's seeing people making mistakes and she's trying to point those things out, and maybe people are resisting her opinions. Maybe people are unwilling to hear her out, and it could be the manner in which she's approaching the conversations or the communication. That's what I'm getting more than anything. Is it could be her approach, or the way she talks, the way she communicates. Maybe she's a little bit condescending, like, you know what, I told you so. I've experienced this before, and I know what's up, and it shouldn't be done this way. And if you adopt that kind of I told you so attitude, you're going to get nowhere. That much I've learned being a parent of children in their 20s. If you do the I told you so game with them, you will get nowhere. So there is a sense in this set of outcome cards that if this situation continues forward as it stands right now, that you're going to be dealing with a lot of unhappy people who are going to be like, you know what, this isn't what I wanted. This is not how it was supposed to turn out. This is not how we planned things. And you know, you're going to end up with one giant conflict and mess if this proceeds the way it's going right now. And that doesn't mean, if you're not this Queen of Wands, I'm not saying this Queen of Wands is right and you need to listen to what she has to say. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, the inability to communicate productively in the situation and come to terms with maybe some of the decisions that need to be made in order to move this forward, whatever this is for you, Gemini. If it's not done properly, it's going to be one giant mess. And this Queen of Wands has some work to do with regard to her level of communication skills. I think that's important. So if you are this Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Empress energy, if you are this person, Gemini, I just want to say, at this point in time, it appears that the level of communication or the manner in which it's happening is not being received well. So there might need to be some work done in that area. I think that this King of Wands might be trying to help this Queen of Swords, because I think he's also this King of Swords. I think he's trying to help her see this. I think he's trying to help her see that in order to move forward in a more productive and positive manner, we need to address this issue, and that's the level of communication. And again, it's not that I'm saying this Queen of Wands is wrong with her perspective or how she's seeing things, because I don't think that's the case at all. I think she could be a very, very wise and knowledgeable individual and somebody who has a lot to offer in the situation. I do feel like that strongly. She's represented by the Empress in this set of cards as well. So I do feel like she has a lot to offer. I think it's the manner in which she's communicating that could be holding things back. If in fact the situation moves forward with all who are currently involved with the situation, if it does move forward, I think that there will be some significant decisions that need to be made, and everybody's voices need to be heard, even if they're wrong, even if they're misguided, even if they might be making mistakes. They still need to be heard. They still need to be validated as part of the team or part of the process or part of the whatever this looks like. Because I do feel like this is a group dynamic. I feel like there's lots of voices involved. I feel like everybody wants to be heard. I think that's very important. And so that could be what's going on here. So let's get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for Gemini, and we're going to wrap this up. Dreams of Gaia tarot card for Gemini. You know, if it weren't for the connections within this situation, Gemini, I think that this Queen of Wands probably would have left this a long time ago. I think that the connections within this, whatever this endeavor is, whatever this is that these people are working on, are significant. So again, it could be family, could be very close friends, business partners, whatever the case may be. There's significant enough connections that this is the reason why things have continued to move forward, is because of the people involved are closely tied together, and I think everybody at least wants success within the situation. But the way things are going right now, and the level of communication, lack of communication, or the way in which people are communicating is not productive, and it's going to cause a negative outcome, and it could potentially cause a disaster or everything to come to a complete and screeching halt. The tower may come down and things may have to come to an end altogether if the situation can't be resolved. So let's get one card for Gemini. We're going to wrap this up. One card for Gemini. Like 2 and 3 coming out at a time. I only want one card for Gemini. regular shuffle. See if I can't get these cards mixed up to the point where one will pop out for me. Here's driving me nuts. I think this King of Wands, Gemini, whoever this is to you, and if you are this King of Wands, I think this King of Wands is a very wise individual himself, very highly intelligent and a very good communicator, and somebody who's got some really solid leadership skills. So this is somebody that you're working with. If you are this Queen of Wands, this is somebody that you can trust. This is somebody who's very honest. And if you are this King of Wands, I think that you're dealing with the situation as best you can at this point in time, considering the circumstances that are at hand. I'm going to take this card, and we have the Emotions card in the upright. So these major arcana cards in the Dreams of Gaia Tarot they have past, present, future, and then potential blockages if it's reversed. I'm going to take a quick look at the card and the different passages just real quick, but I'm probably going to read the present passage, since this feels like it's something that's happening in the present. Past. Okay, so this is I'm going to read the main meaning instead. Change my mind. Okay, Gemini. Let's go ahead and see what this has to say for you. Here we go. The Emotions card is the third of 8 influence cards and represents the influence that our feelings and emotions have upon our choices and decisions. The positive feelings and emotions that have the most influence upon us are love, joy, gratitude, peace or serenity, hopefulness, inspiration, amusement, pride, awe, and curiosity. We also feel a range of negative emotions, with the primary examples being fear, anger, disgust, jealousy, sadness, regret, loss, and hate. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm just burping a little bit. Excuse me. The key message of the Emotions card is that feelings and emotions are neither good nor bad. All are necessary, and each and every emotion we experience has both a positive and negative element to its nature. Positive and negative exists in all that influences us, whether it be a single thought, belief, experience, or an emotion. When you hold a simple unmarked magnet in your hand and look at it, can you tell a difference between the negative pole and the positive pole? No, you cannot. In the same way, negative emotions are indistinguishable to positive emotions. Negative is the polar opposite of positive, and like many polar extremes, these do not denote good or bad. They are simply the opposite of each other, and both poles are necessary for us to function in a whole and healthful manner. Without experiencing the weightier emotions we have come to associate with pain and discomfort, we can become so positive that we become complacent and ignore the danger signals and warning signs all around us. We may become so busy laughing and having fun that we walk right off a cliff because we are not paying attention and didn't see or sense the oncoming danger. It is the emotional response we have after the fall that has us learning and laughing it off or choosing to blame or condemn. Would you feel anger over your carelessness, blame someone else for not having put a large sign up warning of the danger, or would you laugh and take it as a reminder to be more cautious in the future? The emotions we feel give lightness or weight to our thoughts, beliefs, and perception. They give them power. We are told that positive emotions open up our focus and inspire us to be curious, to learn and retain information. Negative emotions focus and narrow our attention to ensure we deal with an issue. But feelings of joy can blind us to warning signs, just as anger or fear can blind us to stop. She's down here biting the book, so if you see me twitching around or reprimanding the bird, it's because she's chewing on stuff right now. Sorry, Gemini, I lost my... Let's see. They say love is blind, and it can make us blind to the many things we should address but are afraid to, because to do so might place our relationship at risk. While we may experience anger when somebody crosses our boundaries, that emotion can serve us by providing the impetus we need to end a toxic relationship. In the same way, fear can serve to warn us of impending danger, which in turn can keep us safe from harm. When we feel regret, we are offered the opportunity to realign our values and to set goals and act on them. When we experience jealousy, we can see it as an invitation to look within and address neglect within ourselves, or a lack or imbalance within our relationships. In these and many other ways, negative emotions can have a positive influence by helping us see what is amiss in our lives and even how it can be addressed. Emotions, both positive and the positive and negative aspects of each emotion itself can have a great influence upon our decision-making process, depending on the emotional imprint that is made with each experience. The emotions we feel play a fundamental role in the retention of memories. Encounters that leave us lukewarm are likely to be forgotten, while those that stir up intense emotions will be remembered for much longer. If those emotions are repeated from one experience to the next, they can give rise to set emotional responses that impact on our present. They can also give rise to a belief that the repeated experience will generate the same emotional outcome. If you experience intense feelings related to a particular event, for example, the intense fear mingled with excitement that you would feel if you were to parachute out of a plane, it is unlikely that you will ever forget the feeling or the moment that inspired it. However, an activity as mundane as hanging out your washing on the clothesline is not likely to be associated with any feeling intense enough to be remembered in great detail in the future, unless you were abducted by aliens as you hung your undergarments out to dry. It's a perfect example. Our emotions help us evaluate our experiences. From there, we use those emotional evaluations to see and weigh our options, make our decisions, and guide our actions. Our emotions in themselves are neither good nor bad. It is how we manage them and allow them to influence our thoughts, beliefs, and perception that brings us low or has us shining bright. So, Gemini, considering this card has a pretty significant meaning and is tied to the end of this reading, I think that it could be what's going on here, and what needs to be addressed is the emotional reaction that this queen is having, possibly to the conversations she's having, or maybe the decisions that other people are making that are not something that she adheres to, or that she would prescribe for the situation. I think that this person probably needs to take a little look inside and address some issues, especially related to communication. And with the Queen of Swords out here, this could indicate someone who's very harsh in nature when it comes to communication, somebody who's not willing to see others' point of view. And she might be having some negative reactions and emotions related to past events that she's remembering, and maybe she's seeing people are making mistakes. I need to make sure this doesn't happen. If people can't see my point of view, then I might need to leave the situation because it's just not going to work out for me. I just feel like maybe past events and emotions attached to them might be affecting this person's reactions towards others and her ability to communicate with others in an effective manner. I think that's what this reading is mostly about, is this person's need to work on these shadow aspects of themselves so that things can move forward in a positive manner, or this person may need to make some hard decisions with regard to the situation and maybe leave it alone, let it go, if her perspective is differing significantly from the others that she's dealing with. So I'm going to leave that here, Gemini, before this bird starts crapping on my cards. She's already messed up my reading. Come on now. Be a good bird. Come on. Good girl. So I'm going to let you go here, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to, and I will see you next time. Bye, Gemini.